On the 8th of June 2021, Colleton County deputies responded to a 911 call after Alex Murdaugh reported that his wife and son had been fatally shot near the family kennels in Islandton, South Carolina. The suspect, identified as 53-year-old Alex Murdaugh, told investigators he had just returned home when he made the gruesome discovery, but evidence uncovered later would paint a very different picture.
All right, Mr. Murdaugh, state your full name for me, please.
Richard Alexander Murdaugh.
And you go by Alec?
Yes, sir.
And sir, what was your name?
Yeah, Danny Henderson.
Okay. All right. As I stated, I'm David Owen in Lower Rutland with Colleton County, and I'm with SLED. I hate to have to do this.
I understand.
Yeah,
I totally understand.
Yeah.
So you don't have any problem with it.
Just start at the top. Take your time.
Like when I came back here, I mean, I pulled up and I could see him, and I knew something was bad. I ran out. I knew it was really bad. My boy over there, I could see it was. And I could see his brain on his. And I ran over to Maggie, and actually, I think I tried to turn Paul over first. I tried to turn him over, and I don't know, I figured it out. His cell phone popped out of his pocket. I started to try to do something with it, thinking maybe, but then I put it back down really quickly. Then I went to my wife, and I could see.
Did you touch Maggie at all?
I did. I touched them both.
Okay.
I tried to do it as limited as possible, but I tried to take their pulse on both of them. And, I called 911 pretty much right away, and she was very good. I talked to her. I told her I was going to get off the phone to call some family members.
What family members did you call?
I called my brother Randy, and I called my brother John, and I tried to call a little boy, real good friend that's right around the corner from here, but I didn't get him.
Okay. What all was around Paul when you walked up?
Blood.
Anything else?
I mean, there were some body things, yes, sir.
I mean, like any other evidence? I know you said the phone fell out the pocket, but did you see anything else that didn't belong or shouldn't belong or that wasn't part of Paul?
No, sir, not the.
How about Maggie?
No, sir.
You didn't see anything around them? What made you come out here tonight?
I went to, my mom's a late stage Alzheimer's patient. My dad's in the hospital. My mom gets anxious when she does. I went to check on them and Maggie. Maggie's a dog lover, and she fools with the dogs. And I knew she'd gone to the kennel. I was at the house. I left the house and went to my mom's for just a little while. Tried to call her when I left. Texted her, no response. When I got back to the house was obviously nobody was in there. So I figured they're still up here fooling around. Paul was gonna be getting set up to plant. Our sunflower seeds got sprayed and died, and he was refiguring to plant the sunflower seeds.
Okay.
So I came back up here, and I drove up and saw.
Had Maggie and Paul been arguing over anything?
No.
What was their relationship like?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. How about yours and Maggie's?
Wonderful. I mean, I'm sure we had little things here and there, but we had a wonderful marriage, wonderful relationship.
And yours and Paul's relationship?
As good as it could be.
How old is Paul?
22.
Okay. Have y'all been having any problems out here? Trespassers?
None
People breaking in?
None that I know of. The only thing that what comes to my mind is my son Paul was in a boat wreck a couple years ago, and there's been he was charged with being arrested for being the driver. There's been a lot of negative publicity about that, and there's been a lot of people online just really vile stuff. But when Paul's out and about, I mean, people routinely, I don't think I know the full story, because I don't think they give it to me, but I mean, he's been punched and hit and just attacked a lot.
Any one person in particular or group of people
I don't know.
that you could think of?
Not that I know, no, sir.
Has he, other than being assaulted, has he received any direct threats related to the boat accident?
Oh, yes. All the time he gets
recently?
threats. Yes, sir. I mean, he gets them all the time.
Okay.
He gets them all the time.
What kind of,
I'm gonna kick your ass, you know. I've never been privy firsthand, you know.
Is that through social media or?
No, ma'am.
in person?
It's mostly like if he goes out places is what he goes out like somewhere. He's in college, so if he goes out is what I understand.
Okay.
And I can find out better details from some of his younger friends on that.
Who's his best friend?
His best friend in Columbia is Will's Chapman, Will Loving, Bobby Boyle. Bobby Boyle, Will Chapman, and Paul were getting ready to move into a house together in Columbia.
you said Will Chapman and Will Loving?
Will's with an S,
okay.
Chapman, and Will with an L, Loving.
Okay.
Around here, his best friends are clearly Nolan Tootin and Rogan Gibson.
Have you talked with any of these guys tonight?
Talked with Nolan, yes, sir.
Is he out here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I tried to call Rogan, was one of the people he's the boy that I told you lives
Okay,
around the corner.
okay.
That's very, he's just a good, helpful young man.
So is there anybody that you can think of that we need to talk to tonight? Is there a name that comes to mind?
I mean, I can't tell you anybody that I'm overly suspicious of off the top of my head,
Okay.
you know? I mean, this is such a stupid thing. I'm even embarrassed to say it, but it just didn't make any sense. I just hired a guy out here. He wasn't cutting the mustard, but I hadn't told him this yet. Paul's been working with him a lot. He killed the sunflower seeds in our dove field just recently, which is why Paul was here doing this. He told Paul a story the other day about how when he was in high school, he got in a fight with some black guys. And the FBI undercover team observed him fighting those guys and put him on an undercover team with 3 Navy SEALs. And that their job was to kill radical Black Panthers. And they did that from Myrtle Beach to Savannah. Now, I really don't think this guy,
Did you talk to him at that time?
briefly, I was on the phone with a lawyer friend of mine named Chris Wilson from Bamberg, so I told him I'd call him back tomorrow.
When you briefly talked to Mr. Rowe, what was his demeanor or attitude or?
I mean, it seemed normal. I mean, I asked him about the sunflowers, and so I'm sure he's a little bit,
Where does he live?
I don't exactly know, somewhere in in Bronson.
Okay. Going back to the boat incident, anybody on that boat really have a hard-on for Paul that you would think would come after him or know of any direct threats from people on the boat?
I don't know of any direct threats between any of the people on the boat
Okay.
specifically, but I do think there's been a small amount of yip-yap between a couple of them, but not recently.
Okay. He would defend himself, but he hadn't been.
That's right, but
How was he handling that case? Looming over everybody.
as far as what?
How was he handling it?
I've never been prouder of him than the way he has handled the pressures and the adversity in that situation. I think I've told Danny that before.
Do y'all store any weapons out here?
We don't store them, but they're frequently out here. I need to find out if there were any out here because I know there was a shotgun. There was a 12 gauge shotgun out here. I'll have to find out exactly when that was. I think it got put up, but I'm not positive.
What did that shotgun look like?
I want to say it was a Benelli or maybe a Beretta. I can't remember which brand it is.
The shotgun that you had when deputies pulled up, where did that come from?
I went to the house and I got a gun, probably overreacting, but
And was that when you pulled up and saw them?
no, I came out and I called 911 first, talked to them for a little while, and then I told her
Told her.
that I was going to go to the house
Okay.
and that I would let authorities know when they got here that I had a gun.
Okay. Do you happen to have a list of all your guns?
I can make one. I don't have one, but
Yeah.
I can make one.
Okay. Any rifles?
Yes, sir.
What kind of rifles?
All kinds.
Yeah.
All kinds. I mean, you name it across the board, we have them.
Okay.
What was their schedule today? When did they get home?
My son works for my brother, and he was coming home to deal with the sunflowers.
Brother does Paul work for?
John Marvin,
And what does Paul do for him?
everything.
Just handyman?
Yes, sir.
Was it unusual for Maggie to feed the dogs this time of night or check on them?
Oh no, I mean she played with those dogs all the time, and it's especially common for her to, she's been gone for a while to come and let, especially two of them out to run.
Do you have any cameras on your property?
I have deer cameras, but none, around up here
Where are they at?
on different deer stands.
Okay.
What doctor's appointment? What doctor did Maggie see today?
I forget the guy's name. Maggie's been having trouble with her. She's been having trouble with her stomach and her tooth. I'm not positive. It was sort of a routine.
So was she back home around supper time? Or 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock?
I don't think she got back quite that early. I think she got back a little bit later than that.
Okay. What did you do today? Were you at the office or?
Nope, I was home. I came home. Paul and I messed around. I was up at the house. I laid down, took a nap on the couch, probably, 25, 30 minutes. I got up, I called Maggie, didn't get an answer, and I left to go to my mom's. She had said she might ride with me, but she normally doesn't when I go over there. And I think I texted her, and she's very good about answering the phone, so that was odd, or calling me back. So that was odd, but it wasn't that big a deal.
Now, what time was that
What time was what?
that you sent her a text message?
I texted her at 9:08, going to check on M, be right back. And then I texted her at 9:47. That must be when I started to come back. I think I called her before that, but let me make sure. Pretty sure that I called her 9:45, and then I tried Paul, and then no, I think that was riding 10:03. I mean, my calls are right here.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is when I, at 10:06,
What's another number in case I can't get you on your cell?
I don't have a house phone,
Okay.
my office number. I can give you my brother's cell phones.
And you said your dad's in the hospital?
Yes, sir.
Which hospital? Charleston or?
Savannah, Candler, St. Joseph's.
Do you have any other children?
I do. I have a 24-year-old
That's right, you said. What's his name?
Buster. Well, Richard Alexander Jr.
Okay. He goes by Buster.
He goes by Buster.
Is he here tonight?
He's on his way.
Okay.
And when you first pulled into the property, did you come from this direction where all our police cars are, or which way did you come
I
in?
went to the house,
Okay.
and then I came from the house
This way.
straight here. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I mean, where my vehicle was parked is probably
Is where it was. Okay.
well, no, maybe not exactly, but it was pretty close because I
Okay.
came back the same route
That's right, because you went back to get your shotgun.
when I came
Okay.
back.
we're going to be out here for quite some time. The coroner will take custody of Paul and Maggie.
Thank you.
But we'll come see you before we leave. Let's start Monday morning and take me through your day.
My wife and my older son had gone to the baseball games that weekend. I really can't remember what I did Monday. I know I went to work, but you know, I think I was dragging a little bit from the weekend, but I went to work.
What time did you leave the house to go to the office?
I'm not sure.
Who all was at the house when you left?
To go to my office that morning,
Or when you got up, who was at the house?
I'm sure my wife was. And I can't remember if Blanca had made it out there yet or not.
And who was Blanca?
Blanca is our housekeeper.
Okay. What time did you leave the office?
I left a little bit earlier than normal because my son Paul was coming home.
Okay. About roughly what time in the afternoon?
You know, I would think it'd be somewhere in the 5 o'clock range, a little bit. It was broad daylight when we were, it wasn't dusk, dark, or late.
Okay.
It was a good little while. It was more than 20 minutes or 30
Okay.
minutes. And you know, was it 2 hours? I don't know. I'd say it was more than an hour probably.
Really wasn't keeping track of time?
And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't getting dark. Mama wasn't home yet. She had gone to a doctor's appointment.
Just out of curiosity, target practice, what y'all shooting?
Just a little bottle. You mean what gun?
Yeah.
A 22 Magnum.
Rat shot.
I think. No, it wasn't rat shot. I think he shot 2 times and I shot 1 time.
Okay. Yeah. What made you decide to go back to the house and get a gun?
I just think the whole scene had me freaked out.
Okay. Did you take your car back up there, or did you run up there?
No, I drove.
Okay.
Mr. Alec,
Yes, sir.
you know, the other day when we were there, we came in and we were talking with John a little bit.
Sure.
And you obviously got a lot of, I say a lot, you said 20 or 25 weapons.
Yes, sir.
What kind of weapons you may have?
I'm pretty much, yes, sir.
I know you might not remember them all, but can you kind of run down what you, for us, kind of what you had, what you got, you know, right there?
That I own or that's in there now?
That you own.
All right. That I
Or that's
own.
in there, you know, or wherever they're at.
And, you know, I mean, Paul has guns scattered all over the place. So, you know, some of our guns aren't there. But, so you want to know all of them or you want to know what I think is in my house?
So when you returned back to the kennels, when you returned home from your mom's, where were the dogs?
They were like they were when I didn't put dogs up.
Okay.
So,
They weren't running loose.
however they were,
At one point in the 911 call, you say here, like you're talking to somebody else or something else.
I say here.
Here, yes, sir. So the dispatcher is asking you if they're breathing, and you said no. And she asked did you see anyone else in the area, and you said no. She asked about guns near them, and you said no. And then you kind of stutter and start moving around, and you said here.
I don't have any memory of saying that. I guess I'd have to listen to it to, you know, but I don't recall a dog being out. I'm certain that there was not a dog out.
Calling a dog, talking to somebody else, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Certain, and I mean, there obviously was nobody else out there.
Okay. So during the 911 call, and we also talked about that that night, you returned back to the house to get a shotgun.
Yes, sir.
What door did you enter?
The best that I can remember, I went in the side door, and I went straight to the gun cabinet.
Were you focused on any particular shotgun, or you just grabbed one?
I just grabbed one.
This is the Snapchat video that I'm talking about from Paul's phone. Okay. So that just kind of brings back here.
Okay, I tell you what, yeah, we were laughing about that because he's laughing because I had gone to great lengths to try to, that tree had gotten knocked over, and I'd gone to great lengths to try to get it to, you know, be upright.
Okay.
And
Was that night?
Because the friends that we talked to said it was posted that night.
I'm not sure.
Anybody from the boat or their family that you've heard or know of any issues with them recently or prior to this incident?
Any confrontations?
Or them saying anything in the community about the lawsuit or the pending charges, anything that would kind of lead me?
I mean, David, I told you about the, Kenya Treehorn, a month or so, maybe 6 weeks before this happened, called me, just all out of sorts, and told me, I told you about that,
Yes, sir.
right?
We've interviewed her, yes, sir.
So, I mean, she said she'd heard it from 2 different places that family from the boat wreck was, it was over the top that I really didn't. And I asked her about it. She said she didn't know who the people were, but she said that it was with a friend. It was at a friend's party. She knew who the friend was and would take y'all to the friend. Do you feel like she's being evasive? Because let me tell you what I've tried not to do. I know y'all have to look at me. I've tried to have as little discussions with the people that y'all are interviewing, with all this talk about how I fixed this and fixed that with the boat wreck, which is totally untrue. I've tried to not have a lot of conversation with people that, I know y'all need to talk to.
Well, the problem that I encounter, and I think everybody in law enforcement encounters in any investigation, people on the street talk and they run their mouth and they'll talk to friends and they'll talk to families and they'll talk to victims, but when the police show up, they keep their mouth shut.
So she's not talking to you?
She has given us some information.
Okay.
Some information.
So is there a problem with me going to her and,
I'm not going to answer that.
so you're not telling me not to do it?
I'm not going to answer that.
Okay. Either way, I'll get somebody to talk to her. All right, to try to get her to cooperate with you.
Maybe get Marion up there at the same time so I can just meet with them all together. Does Marion, I know they live out of Wamala, does Marion work?
No, she doesn't work. And they're kind of between Wadmalaw and, they're residents of the state of Florida, but they're here as much as but they're in Greenville a lot right now.
Yeah, because of grandbaby.
The baby, that's right.
Did you kill Maggie?
No. Did I kill my wife?
Yes, sir.
No, David.
Do you know who did?
No, I do not know who did.
Did you kill Paul?
No, I did not kill Paul.
Do you know who did?
No, sir, I do not know who did. Do you think I killed Maggie?
I have to go where the evidence and the facts
I
take me.
understand that. And you think I killed Paul?
I have to go where the evidence and the facts take me, and I don't have anything that points to anybody else at this time.
So does that mean that I am a suspect?
You were still in, like I told Corey earlier, you were still in this. With everything that we've talked about, with the family guns, the ammunition, nobody else's DNA, I have to put my beliefs aside and go with the facts.
I understand.
Another tool that we use, polygraph. Would you be willing to take a polygraph?
We're not going to answer that question. We're not answering that question.
Understood.
If you want to discuss it, we can have that discussion, but we're not going to answer that question.
Okay.
All right?
Well, what do you want to discuss about taking the polygraph?
I will discuss it later.
Okay,
will not-
with Alec. Okay, I thought you were talking about discussing it
We
with
will
me.
not discuss that today.
Okay, fair enough.
All right?
Fair enough. I'll be in touch.
Walk
If
outside.
you-
Walk outside. Let me finish talking to you.
If you have a question, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me.
Okay.
There wasn't any recordings going on here. Y'all didn't tell us we were being recorded. I've noticed that thing. Were you recording this?
Yes, sir.
And why didn't you tell us?
I don't really have to.
You surreptitiously record somebody? You don't tell them?
Well, you're coming into a criminal investigation interview and there's cameras on the wall.
No, let me be very clear about this.
Mhm.
This was not an interview. This was him trying to get answers from you. And you completely used it as an interview. You didn't tell us that's what it was. You didn't tell us. I don't care that it was videotaped.
Okay.
I care that you didn't tell us.
Okay. When you get back from my last conversation with him,
Mhm.
was when you get back from the Keys,
Mhm.
call me and we'll schedule a time so we can have that discussion. This is the first time I've talked to you. This is the first time I've met you.
I understand that. I was coming as a friend.
Yes, sir.
I'm not his lawyer, just as a friend.
Okay. So when you talk with Alec about the polygraph and come up with,
I'm not going to be able to talk to him. I'm going to have someone else talk to him.
that's fine. Let
Okay.
whoever you have talk to him about the polygraph.
Mhm.
Just remind them or let them know this is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That it is another tool. If Alec did not do this, it is another tool.
Well, Alec did not do this.
Let me finish. That will help exonerate or clear him, which we have done in the past with people taking polygraphs.
I can't
I'm,
advise him.
yeah, I'm not asking you to.
Right? Can't advise him, and I take my friend hat off. You say that word, and I'm like, whoa, you need to talk to somebody before he says anything about that.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. Y'all keep working, please.
Alex Murdaugh was later found guilty of the murders of Maggie and Paul Murdaugh and sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison without the possibility of parole. Want to watch more videos like this one? Click the one on the screen.